Oshimana. Whew. The rain's making me feel a little... Not even raining yet, it's just overcast. Clouds are looking real thick and gray right now. So, that's why we are chilling out with art. That sound like an okay choice today? Little cock-a-doo-doo rainy here in my neck of the woods. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that around your neck of the woods it was already thundering and stuff like that. Not over here. Not yet anyways. Oh. I changed this a little bit. Let me... Where is it? Close it. This. Oh. You know what? Let me go into studio mode. I know where it's forked. Here. Is that how I had it before? How I'll have it now. Whatever. Is that a good box? Sorry. Epilepsy, apparently. Didn't realize that that was something that I was going to have to work out for realizing this. Still too big on my screen. I'm so sorry. Not a good ratio. Yuck. Yippee! We die in. Okay. Then if why is oh. This one I think that's okay. Figured. All the edges. I think I done the thing. Yeah. Yeah. That looks good now. Sorry, I was trying to take like a really high resolution screenshot of my model. So I had to mess with my window size, which is like a no-no that I try not to do at all costs. But I really needed to blow up my model as big as possible. I printed, or I sent my print order for my cardboard cutout. So I needed a really big, non-cropped, high-resolution photo. Thank you for the head pets. Also, Snowy, congrats on getting first today. Welcome, welcome. Let me catch up on chat. Life-size mana. I'm afraid it might actually end up being much taller than I intend, but I would rather the standee be taller than shorter than I want, so and it was only a $10 difference between the two different sizes, so it's like, okay, fuck it. Let's go for the 6 foot. Because I'm hoping that the 6 foot includes my ears and they don't have to like resize it funky or anything like that. But they said like the width of a person, like if they had their arms out or whatever, might influence the heights one way or another. And I did have my tails flailing out just a little bit, not too much. So I'm hoping it doesn't affect the size. But I think with ears, 6 feet will just be like a smidge taller than I intend. But like a good range, especially for selfie taking. Peeping feets? You'll be able to peep feets on my standee. Hi Nara, welcome in. Hi Ko, hi. Hi Flashcord. It's gonna be a Mega Mana. Hopefully she's not much bigger than 6 feet. Cause, you know, these custom orders are not refundable. And they've already shipped it. So, popping in before Barbenheimer Part 2. I hope you enjoy Oppenheimer today. That's one that I want to watch. But I still haven't watched Barbie yet. Flashcord. I can't remember if I said hi to you. Hi. I think I've said hi to everyone else. Finally hit your 100 cups. Let's go. Let's get that added to profile over on the Discord. Oh no, Narum has been jailed. Whatever shall we do? Some hydrates before you go. Understandable, understandable. I will wait for you to load all of those in, and I will take care of Flashcord. There you are. We can add... Oh, we said we wanted to add the old one, so we'll give that one back to you. Then you get the Tea Addict. Let's go! If anybody else hit milestones today, feel free to let me know. Milestones for tea are at 10, 50, and 100. If you're in the Discord, you get a special roll for that. Uh-oh. There was a croissant redeemed. Are all the hydrates making it wait? Oopsie. I don't think I heard it. Yeah, it's coming. You guys just have to... There we go. Okay, how many hydrates was that? 10? Looks like 10. I eated the croissant. The croissant has been submerged in water and has dissolved like that one video of the otter that puts their cotton candy in the water. And drinks. Thank you, Narum. Enjoy your movie. Have a good night. And by the way, to people who aren't in the Discord, I didn't like ping for this, so if you didn't see it, I don't blame you. But also, I am kind of in a limbo of being in a tornado watch right now. It is barely drizzled here though, so I decided to stream. But if the rain gets particularly bad, and I think we might get an outage, if I have the ability to anticipate that, then I might end a little abruptly today, so I can get my computer off before an outage happens. Excuse me. I will attempt to raid if I think I have enough heads up and it's not that bad yet. But we might have to end without even raiding. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we just get to chill out. We'll probably order food here in a little bit too. I'm hungry. Did everybody have a good day? I'm gonna tell you about my day. So my office, my area of the office, I should say, it's not the entire office, but my area, the central air was not working. and it got very stuffy and hot. And I was like one of the only people who decided to stay in the office the whole time. Because I like working in the office and I prefer it to working from home. But I think with how hot it got by the end of the day, like the first half of the day, perfectly fine. I didn't have too much trouble, but like the last hour of work kind of sucked. But it was like, it's the last hour, I can't leave right now. That's dumb. But I can't imagine how much hotter it will be tomorrow, so I'm working from home. But there was a movie about the inventor of the atom bomb having a really bad digestive accident after eating Taco Bell. Would it be called Ploppenheimer? Probably. I feel like that is an appropriate name. Oh shit, the same thing is happening at my office. We had condensation foaming on one of the bathroom floors even. We think they're putting off fixing it because my company is moving soon. Oh, that sucks, but like makes sense. I found out that across the 2 3-story buildings that we have that are conjoined, we have 4 units in each building, but there are quadrants in the building, and the quadrants don't stay to like a single floor or something. It's the central air is shared between the different floors, so when floor 3 is inevitably extra hot in the middle of summer, they need the AC cranked up, but the people on the first floor are freezing their asses off because the AC is being cranked up for the 3rd floor, which includes them, which means things will freeze and condensate and all sorts of dumbassery on the 1st floor, making things break. And apparently this was a thing before COVID too, so they had ample time. They had like 2 years of us not being in the building to fix this, and they just didn't want to. So we're dealing with that right now, and apparently it happens every summer. I saw some of the guys in the shipping dock area, they all got like ushered into the cafeteria for lunchtime, and they brought in pizza and cookies for those guys to get them into an area that had AC for a little while and like compensate them a little bit for like how hard they're working in the fucking heat right now. Not that I think it would be much better, because the shipping dock always has to have like the doors open and shit, or nearly open, because 18-wheelers are attached to the building to unload. So it's always kind of hot over there, but the central air being broken in their area did not help, that's for damn sure. How are you, Mana? I'm doing pretty good. I feel like a noodle. My muscles feel kind of weak, but that's okay. I'm just a little eepy and hungry, but we're gonna fix that. And like I'm feeling good otherwise. And it's like a body EP and not like a mental EP. Like I don't want to go to sleep right now, but I just need to like sit and relax, and stream lets me do that. So here we are, having a good noodle time. I think we should probably scoot over to art. Has everybody else eaten, or is like eating arrangements right now for dinner tonight? Oh yeah, I see this. got a little bit more juice in the iPad. I dongle. So I have a couple of things that I want to do for art. There's someone that I found on Artfight that I think would be really cool to turn into a Tamagotchi. But I also kind of want to work on a personal project. Let's see. Let's open up the iPad and get it locked. Then let's where that we lock. I get a little funky when I draw. Guess we put in. Add some photos. Dox myself. I do want to talk about a bunch of stuff for the event next month. I took a did. I did. Okay. It's not even the pose that I want. I will. That is a reference. Grab a new photo of freezing count me in. It's boiling all at mine. It's oh, but you have a lot of technology at your job. I mean, I guess I do too. But yeah, the more tech-heavy places tend to really crank the AC to make sure computers don't get overheated and whatnot. Holly, welcome in. How are you, dear? Grabbing a reference photo. Going to album. On the elliptical, it's hard to type. No worries. Why am I getting the album cover for the other one? Here, I can kind of look. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, now I can share with you guys. Hey, it's the right size and everything. My graphics, or not graphics, my capture card was being so doo-doo stinky the last time I was trying to do an art stream. But, so I've been purchasing some expensive stuff for my event that'll be coming up on August 19th. So I bought so I have something that is like sub only information at the moment. So if you guys are subbed and you have the integration connected on Discord, you should have access to a super secret sub only channel where I have shared one of the trinkets that I have purchased for my table next month, and I'm very excited about it. It got shipped off apparently yesterday, but the tracking still isn't updated. So I have no idea how quickly it's going to get here yet. My cardboard standee was ordered the other day and it just shipped today. I ordered a laptop today, which will hopefully get here between Tuesday to Thursday next week. Which means I'm almost done buying things. I think I just want a monitor. So I'll have like my cards out, my standee, my laptop facing me with VTube Studio on it while I cast like a virtual camera or something onto a monitor that will also be sitting on the table. So while I am sitting there in person doing tarot readings for people, they can also see my VTuber do its thing. It's gonna be a good time, but it has been a cost sink lately. So that more high-end, high production level cover that I want to do is a little bit on the back burner. The money that I've received so far is still like tucked away safely, so it's ready. But like new money that comes in kind of needs to help me recoup these costs, and then I will get to thinking about commissioning an artist for the cover art and somebody that I can do mixing with. I'm sure Crump would be down for helping me as he is, but it might be fun to work with somebody else. And I know the song that I've chosen is a little bit more of a soft, natural tone than Crump is used to. He's got a harder, edgier, almost grunge electric sound to a lot of his editing and stuff, though he has been diversifying lately, but it's just not like his thing. So also, hi Mala, welcome in. Guess I'm gonna... Hey yo, but this was connected. Gotta let my Apple Pen fucking charge, I guess. Excuse me.
The croissant.
Croissant. I have to make sure. Oh, I know I was falling asleep on me. Can't do it. I wake up. I would have to. Minna's a heavy sleeper. I think I kind of told you guys already, but Minna, when the last time we had a tornado warning, it was like 8 in the morning or something fucking dumb. It was early in the morning. And they were that big, loud, obnoxious, like siren sound that comes out of your phone for the emergency alerts. And I fucking slept through that shit, bro. It was going off on their phone and my phone at the same time, and this bitch slept through it. And it was also going off on my phone that I keep at my computer, but that's far away. Like, oh my god. How exactly? I do not know how. I do not know. But they did. They managed to do it somehow. So I don't think anything that I can do from my seat, whether I try to like broadcast my voice over the camera in that room or call them on their phone right now, like I don't think any of that's gonna fucking wake them up right now. I'm also a heavy sleeper. I wish. I became quite a light sleeper because of want to wait for my pencil to charge. Oh, Mala, I'm almost set up with the Discord or the Minecraft stuff. I just have to hit up Bailey for him to help me find where to put the .rar extracted files, because I was looking in the section that he told me to look in that little demo piece that he wrote up, and it is not there for me, but that's because Minecraft is on my secondary drive and it is not my default. So I think I'm gonna need some assistance fucking finding where this stupid file folder is. Not a super late sleeper, but I wake up at sudden noises. Yeah, I'm a pretty light sleeper, a combination from trauma, but also from lucid dreaming. I am pretty good at lucid dreaming, so when you're able to like control your dreams in that capacity and like be able to pull yourself out of dreams really easily if they go south, you tend to be a light sleeper. So I do that. It helps me get to what I want. Asking, bugging. Got a bunch of stuff on DoorDash. But Minna has the Dash Pass now, so I can't order it myself. Works good? Huh? wrong with it? Why has nobody bought this? Oh, it's a bid. That's why. Okay. 3 days left. I guess I can... I don't know why I opened up eBay. I had a notification. Oh, I wanted to open DoorDash. Why did I open eBay? If you're having trouble with the mods, asking Bailey would be the best option. You also have to ask him to whitelist you to make sure you send him your... Yeah. I'm gonna do that soon. Gotta hit him up. I think... Do I have something crafted? I thought I did. I was like, why... I was sitting at work and I was like, why didn't I actually send that message? Oh. Why? I don't know if it's because I'm in streamer mode, but every time I try to go to find or start a conversation, it just pulls me into my top fucking, what the fuck? Oh. I think I figured out why. Try this one more time. I was gonna say it was pulling me into my top server. Here we go. No. That's what... No. Yeah, I deleted the message that I drafted. Discord's supposed to save my drafts. Fuck me then. I have Swiss cheese brain, and I have to pay for it sometimes. Is my apple full? Sprain. Oh, that's when you have the country on the bird. Oh, you know what? No. Oh, wait. On the iPad, just a bit longer. And I'm looking at DoorDash. Get a Coke Zero at Wendy's. $10 off your Brave? The burger seems to like pay out the ass for them to be advertised on the DoorDash around here. They seem like, if you ask me. Things all good. Burgers all sound good. I almost got a burger for love Chipotle. Oh, minute. Been out 30 now. I told them not to. So I will be right back. There's my BRB sticker. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Crisis averted, everyone. Minna is not asleep. They're talking to their mom. And we're gonna get Chinese tonight. I'm excited. I want the American Chinese finger in fingers. I want that. Fried rice. Oh, I want so much right now. It's Chinese night. I've been good. I accidentally had a factor box delivered, and I've been very good about eating it. And so when I signed up, I signed me up for a 8-meal box. 4 for Minna, 4 for me. But since then, Minna has not liked it so much, so when I make my orders, I typically throttle that number down quite a bit. I forgot to change anything on this order, so I received 8 meals and paid for them accidentally. I noticed it at like 7 in the morning. And I emailed customer support and I was like, hey, can we cancel this? You charged my card like 2 hours ago. Is there any way we can cancel this? And they were like, no. And I was like all the food in there sounds like stuff I'll hate. They were like, oh, well, at the very least, since you are early enough, we can swap out your meals if you would like. I was like, that would be great, so I could at least eat what's in there. I ate 6 of them so far. I still, the last 2 are starting to get a little old. They're just over a week old now on those last 2, which is fine. But I was very good about eating 6 of the 8 of them. And I did it all on my own. Minna didn't help me. And it's saved us a little bit of money. It didn't cost that much for 8 meals. And I've been eating them for dinner. But the last 2 that are in there kind of sound more adventurous than I would like. And yeah. I'm excited for Chinese. I've been good about not ordering takeout and shit. It's my takeout night. General Tso's was always my go-to. Been trying something new every time I order. General Gao's is what I love. That one's a hard takeout one though, because it's always best when you get it in the restaurant and the chicken is still crispy. It's fine takeout, but when you get it crispy, a whole different experience. So I don't order it super often when I get takeout. I want a place that has like a dinner meal special thing, so I get like a little bit of everything. Is this charged enough? And should be wrapping up that call soon, and then could I have made somewhat. Bonk. Spicy curry, the gym aren't a good combo. Is that what you're experiencing right now, bro? Arm all stuck to my body. Full. Tiny bit. But more. My tummy is so full and my limbs are so tired. Oh no. Curry sweats can be rough too. Oh, but all of that nonsense that I was talking about, putting that other cover on hold for a little bit is to say I'm probably personally going to work on a cover that I feel less serious about and try to do a lot of the work myself. And this is what this art will be for, hopefully. That depends. I'm not opposed. There's motivated by listening to it run the whole time. Very, very good. One day after absorbing all this art, I'm gonna be able to draw something, I swear. Hell yeah! That's how I get the ability to draw shit, like, this. Like, this is just from me observing. Come on, might still be a smidge work for you guys, but either way, everything just looks so much fatter than it actually is. Like, that bunny is a little bit more oval, pointed down rather than this like flat pancake oval. But I watch red bean porridge. You know what, let me do a quick I love watching Johan draw bread and shit, and it's really inspired me to do it myself, and he has tutorials on the stuff. So like I didn't pull this out of my ass. I watched him draw a lot of bread before I took on drawing bread. So you can absolutely knew Johan before he became a streamer. Pog. Johan's great. I love the vibes over there. I actually I take a lot of inspiration from his streams, to be fully transparent. So what do I want for food? And I dropped off the ordering app. I have the platter. No, that's like sushi platters. So they don't have special question. Look at the popular. Rangoon, General Gao's. Fried rice, ravioli. So fun. Virtue, thank you for grabbing your daily tea. Welcome in. He's amazing and his art is amazing. Hell yeah. I wanna commission Johan. Actually, I got one of his free sketches recently for being first to one of his streams. I need to ask him if I can grab the file from him, because I have like a crunchy version of it right now because it's just a screenshot of his stream. But I'm sure if I post it around, he might appreciate me having a somewhat more official file and not like this crunchy one that then gets crunched down by Twitter and Facebook and all that. But I have 2 free sketches from him. I won a raffle for one, but that was my old design. And then I was able to get first for the first time ever. So that felt good. And I really want to commission him. I just don't know what yet. Maybe for a cover at some point. Because his vibes would definitely fit like a song that I would like to do at some point. I really fuck with the letter. Hi, honey. You know what you... are you sure you want to do... So you want to do something else? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's just going to be a lot. That's fine. Thank you. But in that case, we're probably going to share most, if not all, things. So let me go back up to their popular item. Have we had the beef teriyaki here? I don't think so either. I want chicken fingers. I know that much. And we're going to want fried rice, right? Put that in here. What? There is dinner combos. How did I miss that? Comes in the dinner. So you get a choice of rice, appetizer, and then your main course is what you pick. Okay. Decisions are hard.
The croissant.
Croissant. I don't think they sell croissants at the Chinese restaurant. I don't think I can put that in my order. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm between General Gao's and Low. I think those are my two. But I literally just complained about how General Gao's isn't the same when you order it to go. But I did business would be booming, honestly. No General Quasso's chicken? No. They're not up with the times yet. General Gao's dummy. And is an epic name. KFC. BQC. Kind of like KFC, yeah. But I'm gonna take my fingers as a single item out of here. I'm going to get the lo mein dinner combo with the. I think I want steamed rice. Then my appetizer choice, I can get 3 chicken. I think that's what I fuck with tonight. And we already have an order of crab rangoons separate. Okay. Bonk for flashcard. FDs. Appreciate these nuts jokes around here. Oh my lord. Stomach is so much more hungry now that I'm thinking about it. But I think or I'm Augur, welcome in. How are you? My darndest. I'm looking. I was kind of seeing that. Not feeling ramen right now, but that is interesting that they added it. It's so hot here. So squish now that I'm looking at it on stream. So much. Is that Minna in the background? Yeah. Minna is ordering their food from the Chinese place now. Okay, I'll make sure to get some McDonald's coffee in the middle of the night and see how 50 HD's it. Huh? Why are we getting coffee this late? Snowy? No, no. No, no. Currently 112 dry heat. Oof. Yeah, I would not be leaving the house right now. That sounds disgusting. Work overnight, Mana. Oh, that's true. But still, why are we trying things like we're testing your heart or something? Let's be gentle about that, okay? Every hour is a coffee hour. Oh no. I can Venmo. Oh, and yeah, 'cause mostly get. I don't think we found really any. Is it? There was one place that did the crab rangoons kind of like the place back in my. But That might be more. Egg rolls don't usually cost. So I can Venmo you. Caffeine is the only reason I can wake up in the morning. Caffeine doesn't do anything for me. It can kind of be like a bit of a mood stabilizer. That's about it. No, I think the storm just missed us. It drizzled like a little bit. Like the pavement got wet. But it's still not coming down right now. And it's said to be on watch until 8 p.m. and we are now past that. So that's exciting. And I got like a free express delivery coupon thing. Sending in a mode for the Venmo. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not putting this. Takeout box, chopsticks. Yes. Oh, nom nom. Can't wait. Can you tell Minna I say hi? Minna waves back. Oh, ADHD. I see. I could take a cast iron pan outside and cook some eggs. You probably fucking could, brother. Coffee out comes a dice roll. Yeah. I am not diagnosed by a professional at this point, though. I am slowly working towards potentially opening up to a doctor about it, but at the same time, I don't think medications would benefit me. So, there's almost like no point in bringing it up other than to have it on my chart and then potentially get discriminated against. So, maybe not, but I think I might have both the ADHD and the TISM. So I'm definitely leaning towards the TISM. I've got a lot of the signs for that one. But ADHD can sometimes be the double whammy on that one.
My name is Minna
Miniman! Welcome in. Order confirmed. Oh. Eyes Dark Souls opens game. The souls are white. Oh no. Sounded like stage directions? I don't know what I said. I stay up and energized. I calm down a bunch but crave violence. Keeper, coffee is the sort of dice roll. I feel like coffee makes me tired a lot of the time. But I have to lay off caffeine quite a bit for my kidneys. I am nearly completely caffeine free at the moment. I have sips of other people's drinks sometimes, but that's like the most. And I sometimes get like a tea but tea caffeine affects me very differently than coffee caffeine. He's just they aren't as harsh on my body. Was that a Minna sound clip? Yeah, every time Minna enters the chat, we get a "My name is Minna Min." You should really give that kid his knee back. Huh? I down tea. I could drown in it. Hell yeah. Hi, Diggy. Welcome. Thank you for grabbing your daily tea. I'm attempting to art. It is hard. But it would feel really good to be able to do. Oh. I have spent so much money on getting my table ready for the event next month. I'm not ready. Like, the shrinkage of the shoulder tells me that it's going backwards, while this one comes forward more. That's, like, good, but it's funky to render it to properly that way. Owl, hello, welcome in. Art night, yeah, I'm trying. Not feeling too great about it, to be. Been a while since I've attempted to draw a full body. It's kicking my ass right now. But I think I'm doing an okay. Trying to sketch. I'm trying to like alter the pose just a little bit, but then when you're drawing with what you thinks it knows versus what it knows because it's right in front of its face, completely different vibes, and you can tell that it is I think I know versus I know. You're doing wonderful, thank you. It's just I want to use it for a song cover, so I feel a little bit of extra pressure, I feel like. I've never done art for something so official of mine. I've done the emotes, but those are like small and silly. And I've done little PNG covers, also small and silly. I don't do a lot of serious art, so... But I've spent so much on a new laptop and Standy, the secret project that subbies get to know in the Discord, and then I'm potentially gonna get a monitor, though I think I can grab that from a Goodwill or a Savers. I'm getting ready for another event that I haven't announced yet, and I probably won't announce until this first event is out of the way, at least. I don't have to think about juggling multiple times. got 2 separate monitors if you need one. I mean, the monitor that I've kind of got in mind, I guess it depends on the size, because the monitor that I am potentially grabbing from like a Goodwill or whatever is one that would be nice and large at the event to sit on the table. So I'm almost thinking about grabbing like an old used TV at Goodwill or Savers. IT. So, yeah. I do thoroughly appreciate the offer though. I very, very much appreciate it. Well, you didn't make it out to the bar for the last anime night, did you? Like, you planned to, but something popped up kind of last minute. Because that's where this is going to be taking place next month, August 19th. And I'm actually going to be in person most of the day. I plan to get there like kind of early because I might want to get a flash tattoo from the guy who's doing tattoos. But then I will be doing readings from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and then that's when everything breaks down and then it turns into the traditional bar for the rest of the night. I'm still working on making like a more official announcement, like share all that info with people, but it's not like a secret at this point. Like ASG has me on their website talking about how I'm going to be there for a free tarot reading thing. I think I've covered a lot of this. The foot is just what's fucking throwing me off right now. Because this knee is way too small for everything that I'm doing. There's not that much I can do different. That's better. I sadly couldn't because my grandmother fell and I was the only one who lives in the area. Yeah, if you'd like to come, I'm so sorry that happened last time. I know you were really looking forward to it, but obviously that stuff takes priority. But if you're able to make it this time, I would love to see you. I still have Christmas presents for you. Fuck. Damn, this year has been blowing by. You've like attempted to make plans and on saying that we're gonna make plans and shit, and then suddenly 7 months have gone by and it's like, well, fuck. How am I supposed to give you your fucking Christmas present? Neat. and nicer and better luck. Not that that's gonna matter, because I'm wearing a fucking dress. But... go. I head out for a bit, but I'll be back later. Alright, Holly. Thank you for popping in. See you later. Excuse me. Can't tell which one though. One that I haven't. Fucked. Fucking. There we go. Oh, I would up a oh. Yeah, house listings. You looking to buy a house, Snowy? I could. Anna and I want a house so bad. Apartment livings. To an extent, like, for our current financial and adulting situations, apartment living makes sense right now. Being tied down to a mortgage to one place right now is really scary, especially when budget influences our location choice quite a bit. If we had the more flexibility, we would have more options for more locations. So don't want to just pick a house because it's convenient now. I want it to be something that can be lived in for the entirety of the mortgage, you know? I don't want to be bored with it by the time I'm done paying it off. like stick of it. Be bored's not the right word. No, I might even go into VRM poser if I can model the pose. Trace the leg from that. Bending. Hip. Putting pressure. But I feel like going this way. Face almost like this way. Head. So we're still looking at the tip of the foot, like, so the tips almost like come together instead of fucking this, because sure, someone can do it, but it's not natural. You have to like force yourself to really pose like that. So I need more toe, less heel. I have a close friend who wants to live with us and help us to pay the thing off as we live there together. This is one of few friends I would ever consider to live with me. That's awesome. I hope that works out for you guys. And as I've been experiencing lately, home ownership is a constant balance between, do I extend the time and energy to fix this thing myself or spend a shitload of money for a professional to do it? That's the nice thing about apartment living, where something breaks and I call up my landlord and I go, hey, fix it. And they do before the end of the week in most cases. Like, we had the heat go out on us this last winter, but it happened during like the autumn months, or at least the warmer winter months, where we weren't like buried in snow or anything, but it was just getting cold enough to turn on the heat. And I was like feeling the heat elements and like hearing them click on, but not feeling any heat come out of them. And the thermostat was clearly trying to heat, but the temperatures that were being read were not meeting what was being demanded of the heat. And so I went, I'm gonna call the landlord, and yeah, he fixed that within a week and I didn't have to fucking think about it. And like, it was a production. Like, they had to go into other units in order to replace this thing, and it's something that he's been slowly replacing on just about all of the units. But you can't really do them all at once because it would take too much time. But like, all of the water in the house has to get like flushed out in order for this part to be replaced, and replaced efficiently so it doesn't corrode and rust over in just a couple of years. So they had like access to the 2 or 3 units above and around us, like cut off the water, drain the water out of the pipes, and then they could go in and fix our piece. It was a long time consuming process, and I didn't have to worry about any of that or pay for any of that. The best part is I can actually do that type of shit myself. I can do a fair few things myself. I've learned a lot about fixing things myself as an adult, and I try not to call the landlord if I don't need to. And I like the sense of accomplishment that comes from figuring that shit out, but there are some things that are like, oh no, a professional needs to do that, I'm not gonna touch. Like, do I know how they clean out the fucking dryer exhaust shits of all of the lint that eventually gets gunked up there? Yeah. Do I have the tools to do that myself? No. Do I want to invest in those tools? Absolutely not. No. That does not fit the budget for me right now. I'm gonna call someone to do that for me because it's free. It's part of my rent. And like the other day I found, or Minna found actually, that one of the windows was cracked quite a bit, and no matter like how we tried to shove it back into place, it would not stay up. And then we found another window that didn't have the screen on it. So we were like, let's call up the landlord and be like, hey, this window is like letting a lot of the heat and the AC out. Could you swing by and take a look at it, fix it? Also, this other window is missing a screen. And they came by, didn't even need access into the house. They did it from the outside and took care of it like within 48 hours. It was great. Because it's like, sure, I could go measure my window and figure out the size of the screen that I would need to purchase. But I'm gonna tell my fucking landlord. He's gonna buy it. That's his problem, not mine. Oh, you've got the forced hot water situation then. Having the heat go out in winter can be treacherous. Yeah. So I'm really glad that we caught it like right before the winter got serious or anything. It's food time. What are you playing on your pewter? Melatonin? You're playing that for fun? Yeah? You got hooked on the rhythm? That's so exciting! If you guys didn't catch Minna's stream last night, Minna played a rhythm game yesterday, and they almost never play rhythm games. Not their very first time playing, but definitely their first of this type of rhythm game, and it's not an easy one. And they're actually like playing it in their free time right now and like collecting the extra stars that were missed on levels that they just went past on stream to keep on, you know, keeping things fresh rather than having you guys painstakingly watch the same song get played 8 times in a row or something. So yeah, that's very exciting that they got into it. Oh, and I recently had an eye exam. I think I told you guys a little bit about that, but I finally got my trial lenses in the mail. So I think for the weekend, because I have 5 days worth of trial lenses in here, I think for the next 5 days, I'm going to test out these lenses and see how well they work out for me. So I can get back to them and say if this new prescription is fine and dandy. And then my contacts prescription gets finalized and I get the paperwork that allows me to order contacts for myself. Very exciting. I haven't had an official contacts prescription since 2015. That's when I made my last legal for America order of contacts. But I've ordered many cosmetic lenses since then because they don't require like a doctor's note and a real person. I don't know if we've tried the Lomi. Oh my god. Have all of them. I think I might have to put the drawing away for now. It feels stinky to not accomplish something in a stream. Usually I like to do the sketches before a stream, but this is something that I did on a bit of a whim. I didn't know what I was going to do today, but I was kind of bitten by the art bug. Look very pretty. Which sushi roll did you get? California Maki. So is that cucumber that's like chopped up into really fine strips? Yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. That looks good, baby. So I think we're just gonna talk over food for the rest of the night. Anything. But if you guys can't tell me talking about, that's a fat egg roll. Talking about doing a cover and doing the art for it, and the art that I'm kind of mimicking right now. I want to do one from Milgram. So we're making progress there. Go back over to, which, by the way, if any of you guys are into the stuff or like willing to get into the stuff, because I won't shut up about it, Milgram song yesterday. So very exciting. New stuff happening right fucking now. And I think we've already come to our verdict for the voting on this round. I don't think I will say much, just in case there are some people lingering that are into the stuff, because it's still very fucking fresh and early into the trial. Maybe in a couple of weeks I'll start talking about it. But definitely didn't stump me as hard as Mahiro's did for the last song. I kept on going back and forth on her, whether she was innocent or guilty. But I kept on finding more things, and maybe that's why this was easier. I know where all the things are now, so I can listen to the voice drama and get the translation and listen to the music video, and I'm in a Discord, so I can see how people are breaking things down if I want to. And now Minna is in on it at the very same pace as me. So Minna is looking for all these things and sharing information with me. So, coming to this conclusion was much easier than the one from Mahiro. Oh, it smells so good. Die. Oh. Cover up. Backing. Lo mein, a couple of crab and goons, and a couple of chicken fingers. Oh. The lo mein is good, but it's not the best lo mein I've had. It's a little more dry than I would like for what I consider the best lo mein. I like it a little more saucy. This is not a saucy lo mein. It's not even all pooled at like the bottom or anything. They just like sauteed it really well, so the flavor is there. It is in the noodles, but it's like cooked in rather than like sitting on. Honestly, lo mein is one of Minna's favorite things, and I was going to offer them to have some of this because it is one of their favorite. But I they'd actually be pretty disappointed. Thank you for the head pet, Snowy. We also have chicken fingers. Let's see if I can get a good crunch for you guys. They'll probably come out of the art tag, huh? Do you guys get some crunches? I think I did it. Oh, Minna, Snowy was talking about they're glad that you got into the rhythm game. Crunch Central. What am I gonna do? Oh, I'm changing out of art. Food and drink, I guess? I rhythm game. The rhythm. He got noodles. The noodles keep on like dripping and flinging back into my face. Careful. I think I'm gonna get some good crunches in the last bite of this chicken finger. Yeah. That one wasn't as crunchy as I thought it was. I thought the little end piece was gonna be really crunchy and it wasn't. Oops. Okay. Time for a crab rangoon. But unfortunately, they are like a little soggy from the takeout. Like the crispy corners are still crispy, but I don't know how much crunch we're gonna, because they're the ones that are pinched at the corners. So it's folded like a funky square. I like the ones that are folded like a triangle. Those ones are easy. Yeah, crunch. Ooh, min. Oh, thank God you got some of these. I was wrong. I do like these. They're not as good as my hometown place, but they're damn close. The chicken fingers are better than I remember too. Yeah, they're pretty good. The lo mein, not a banger though. I don't think we have found a place that makes the lo mein saucy enough. We don't have like a lo mein place yet. I'm making a mess. Thank God for... I look like I have my... my crunch noises and not like I'm getting it all over myself. And I'm kind of a boring bitch. I just got plain white rice. I didn't get a fried rice. It just kind of sounded a little bit too much right now. It's like, it's so fluffy. It's really good. It's just white rice. It's hard to fuck up, but why do I just appreciate white rice? Oh, you can't do eggs, Snowy. Snowy the egg hater. Oh, you're just a hater. Minna can't really do eggs. They make the tummy upsetty. But the small amounts that are in a fried rice is usually fine. I love me some egg in my fried rice. Oh.
The croissant.
Croissant. Wait, why does it say that I'm under art still? Okay, get back. You found a house listing you want? I would say share. Maybe share some screenshotted photos. But obviously, like, don't dox the house listing that you want. Like, if there's like a pretty fireplace or like one of your highlight spots, I would love for you to share. How was food? Foods is pretty good. Does that answer your question? The lo mein isn't saucy enough in my opinion, but everything else, fucking immaculate. Want to buy a house so badly. Yeah. Economy isn't really in our just yet though. Hopefully soon. We love a saucy look. Exactly, this one's kind of dry. Like, it's got good taste, but I want it saucy. I can show you it's not close to me. Just an area you're considering? Yeah, but we probably shouldn't know the area that you're considering, especially if you do end up finding a place in the area. I've just accepted I'm probably not going to buy my own. I think I have come to accept that. But I don't think Minna's gonna be good for that. So feels good. Guys, for just like vibing with me today as I like get frustrated with art as part of the art process. Come over the bridge and accept the art sketch a bit more, and me being hungry the whole time, and now I have food and you're listening to me just crunch on shit. Really fucking appreciate you guys. But it is time to wrap things up. Because I don't want to bore you guys too much with eating, because the lo mein's not crunchy. It doesn't make the good crunch. So I don't want to you hear me slurping on noodles all goddamn night. It might be time to go vibe with a friend and you know, see what someone else is up to and have a good time. Ooh, Kira's playing stick business. That might be the but I don't know if Kira is ending. Trying to look up the. Excuse me, I have so many burps right now. Trying to load up this so we can see if Kira's gonna keep going for a bit or not. We also have Iris going. Not my mood. It'll work. Let me in. There we go. Jeez, it took forever. Yeah, Kira is still actively going right now. Yeah, Kira's playing Sticky Business and having a good time. I fucking love Kira. Kira is so silly. Have a good night, bro. For the raid, because I don't have anything else, I don't think. I see you guys next Tuesday. I do not have a plan for that stream, so we will see when it comes, but you know, 7 p.m. Tuesday, the time, I will be here. Let's do this. So if you would like to connect with me offline, Twitter is a hellscape, and sure it exists and I am still on it, but there are many other social medias to look at in my beacons link. Discord is probably one of the most reliable pieces since Twitter isn't really at the moment. So if you would like to check out the Discord and join us over there, I would very much appreciate it. I have been dropping a bunch of stuff for the sub-only chat and stuff like that. So if you have a subscription and you have the integration connected to your Discord, you get access to a whole heckin' special chat in there, so you can see some of the things before everybody else does. And that's exciting. So I will see you guys then on Tuesday. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to eat if you haven't already, like me. Get good sleep, drink lots of water, and I will see you after the weekend. Have a good weekend, everybody. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
The croissant.